Kevin, uh, obviously you had humble beginnings, like both of us and a lot of people out there in the world. What was it? And you're obviously now self-made. There's a certain DNA that we have inside us, and I think it's something that God blesses us with. How were you able to figure out how to become a broker, how to get out of that rat race from the engineering job, to build such a great platform so that you can become a mentor and teach people how to trade?
Yeah, so I'll go into all that, but I think what you have to realize is a lot of what shapes us as an adult stems from our childhood, whether it's trauma or good or bad experiences. Most of it is pain, childhood trauma. Like you lived a really good childhood or a really bad childhood. If you lived a really bad childhood, you don't want to be in that place, like the depths of hell anymore, right? So you got to try to figure out how to get out of there one way or another. And genetically, you're born a certain way. Your parents blessed you, and God, Buddha, or the higher being that you believe in, with your God-given talents and gifts that you were given. And I believe in nature versus nurture too, right? So you can have like an extremely smart person, but if you're not nurtured as you're growing up, then all those talents can go to waste, right? Or if you're not even blessed with great genes or genetics, whether it's physically or mentally, but you're really hardworking and you have grit and stamina, you work well with people, you can do very well in life, right? So I think it's part of it that is fighting what your talents are and really leveraging and exploiting those, and figure out what you're not good at and find people that are good at those other things and surround yourself with those kind of.
I think that kind of minimizes though what you've been able to accomplish, because I know you're like super humble, but a lot of people in your circumstance, like me, when I was a teenage mother living in my car, a lot of people in those circumstances are not able to overcome them. They stay in that same spot. They don't have that internal fire like Christian's talking about to be able to say, and not for me and not for my kids, that's for sure. And they keep their, they stay at that same level with which they went in their childhood. So it's actually, I think, much more rare to be able to do what you did and pull yourself out and transition to another country and be able, I look at your Instagram stories all the time. I know the abundance your kids have, and you have, which is all you. So I think definitely don't minimize what you've been able to do, but I think that's a fire that you have inside.
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with mindset, right? Naturally, I think I'm more of a positive person, and very cautious and calculated, and I've been able to kind of open up more to not being so calculated and just taking more action along the way. I came from a very poor country. I even got bit by a monkey when I was 4 years old. Right here, I could show you guys all the scars to prove it. My brother, I'll tell you the story. So my brother, we were at this little festival, and there was this little island with a river, and there was a band playing, and the band members, they had like a monkey. This guy had a monkey on his shoulder, and my brother found out that there was a band going on and a monkey. So he was like, "Hey, you got to go there. I'm gonna take you, right?" And I didn't even know how to swim, so in order to get to the little island, you had to swim across the little river. And so he just grabbed me and took me on his shoulder and started swimming over there. And then when we got close to there, the monkey just like lunged out and grabbed me and then freaking bit me on my leg. And I wasn't able to walk for like 4 or 5 months. And I remember crawling around, and I didn't even think I was gonna be able to walk again. Luckily, there was like a doctor that lived next to us. He gave us, free vaccines and all that stuff. So I don't have rabies anymore, guys.